Welcome to 5 Star Weekly. In this episode, it's the second edition of the Soccer Trivia Showdown, and we also recap the week's news in the world of football. All that and more coming up. Welcome to the show, 5 Star fam. I'm AJ, and this is Tanner and Marc. Before we get into it, become a member of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube, or hop over from Facebook and subscribe. This segment is sponsored by Thinking Man Tavern, a cozy Decatur neighborhood pub. Grab a tasty beverage from a wide variety of selections and a plate of something delicious from the menu. To go, check out Thinking Man Tavern. So guys, let's get right into the news, and the first bit of news is that the Arthur M. Blank Foundation has donated $38,000 to the Aberdeen FC Community Trust, and that goes in line with the partner club situation that we have going on with Aberdeen FC, in that kind of partnership forged last November. And yeah, I mean, obviously Aberdeen FC are not maybe as well off owner-wise as an Arthur Blank, but it's good to see that Arthur Blank is really doing well for our sister club with the COVID-19 relief efforts. So also moving on from that, FIFA has a new proposal to have 5 substitutes introduced for future games. This is maybe to also help with fixture congestion, and this could this rule be implemented all the way up until December 2021. Do you guys like the idea of this being introduced?
I absolutely love it. I think that is something that possibly, if it goes as well as I think it will go, that it could be permanently adopted by clubs. You know, whether it be a federation or FIFA or whatever, there seems to be more and more competitions and matches being added to teams every single season, and they're already playing matches, you know, every 3 or 4 days as is. So, you know, there might not be too much difference between the makeup matches they're going to do in response to COVID-19 and when everything's back to normal. So I think it's something that's a good idea, and I think it's something that hopefully is permanently adopted. You have a lot of games, guys get more rest. I think it's positive for everyone.
Yeah, and you know, you might still you know, have some coaches that might be exploitative a little bit, might take advantage of some of these rules, but I think they will be trying to, in the last 15 minutes, still keep it at 3 substitute minimum. So, you know, limit the shithousery, limit the amount of wasted time. Do you like it, Marc?
No, I do. Yeah, pretty much for the reasons that Tanner mentioned. You know, I think that the game itself has changed a lot in the last 30 or 40 years, and the rule hasn't been updated in decades. So, you know, I think it makes a lot of sense, especially only with the added competitions. I think the game itself is more intense, more physical. I think players cover a lot of ground now, especially in this era of pressing, you know, and so I think substitutions can add to the excitement with, you know, having more fresh players. Maybe managers now are more aggressive with subs. I personally would like to see that. I think managers are not aggressive enough in terms of using subs early. But yeah, I mean, like, I think there are more pros than cons to this. And I think if, you know, especially if it lasts through December 2021 and clubs are used to it for, let's say, over a year of playing, you know, I think it'll be here to stay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, then, you know, also with these 5 subs, I mean, you kind of run the possibility of it feeling like a start and stop kind of NBA game. That would be just a little bit annoying, obviously, but, you know, hopefully the coaches don't really try to exploit too much of this. But, I mean, that's, you know, you're going to get a Jose Mourinho that is absolutely going to do whatever he can to win any match and waste as much time. So, you know, that's probably not in the cards either. So, but, you know, I think, you know, this could be really interesting for kind of going along with the NBA kind of thing, with that 6th man in NBA, the 12th man for, yeah, football and soccer. That guy coming on, he just comes on, runs at guys for 15 minutes. I mean, you know, the likes of a Tito Villalba, if we still had him, that would have been so deadly. It would have been a lot of fun, I think. But, you know, alas, you know, we still have some guys, I think, that could do that role. And, you know, maybe some young guys as well could see some more time than they're used to. This is kind of win-win for a lot of people, except for maybe the starters that really want to play every minute. See Joseph. But in terms of DP wise, also it could kind of lessen the pressure on them as well. The amount of time that they have to play on the pitch every single game in order for MLS teams to really get their max value and win, games as much as they can, it'll be a little bit difficult, obviously, if, if we don't implement this. So this almost has to be done. But anyway, so let's move on to the next topic. MLS, the transfer window is currently on hold. That kind of goes along with the moratorium of training that goes until June 8th. But I think for a lot of people, maybe that, there's a lot of rumors from all over, except for MLS. I mean, there's many MLS teams that, nay a rumor at all, but, you have the likes of an Atletico Madrid that are constantly having players rumored left and right, almost like a fire sale might happen or something. But, are you guys getting antsy hearing all these rumors and, Atlanta United not hearing much of anything?
No, I think it makes sense because especially with MLS being a closed, having closed structure, there's a little more, I guess you could say, financial stability in the sense that the owners are partners, whereas, an Atletico Madrid might have to figure out how they're going to generate funds. And so, I think it's a little strange that the rumors are still going about as normal, because leagues haven't even completed their seasons yet. They still have to try to figure that out. But I guess it makes sense. There was one rumor in particular that I enjoyed. I don't know if you saw this one, AJ. About how would you feel about Aubameyang in Chelsea blue? Yay or nay?
Absolutely not. He's not going to another Premier League club. That's just a different time now at Arsenal. So, yeah. Ain't gonna happen.
We'll see.
Ain't gonna happen. But anyway, so let's move on from that. And La Liga, they set out a kind of 4-date plan. At least the Spanish Council in Spain. And now those dates are May 4th, May 18th, June 1st, June 5th. They would have individual training, moving to group training, and then a strict protocol to get all the way to a behind closed door match starting June 5th. Do you guys feel like this is something that, in one sense, they're trying to get, really creative and get plans together, but is it still too early and too much too soon?
I think it's nice that they're trying to make plans, but I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what the federations or what any council says. It comes down to what the actual government say they want to do, because like you've seen in France and the Netherlands, if the government says you're not playing, then it doesn't matter what the leagues and what the federations want, because the government has the final say on that type of thing. So, we'll be curious to see what happens. Spain is one of the harder hit countries in all of Europe after Italy. So I don't know. I get that they want to get football going again because people need sport to give them something to hold on to. But at the same time, is it really that important? I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And speaking of France, with the French Prime Minister, he's announced that no sporting events can take place before September. So that effectively pretty much ends the Ligue 1 season. And with that being said, would the Premier League be impacted with such a decision? Would MLS be impacted with such a decision? What do you guys think, Marc?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I guess it's a case by case basis. MLS probably not. Premier League, I don't know. I guess with England being not connected to Europe, but they've had a lot of cases there too. But it really, I think, goes back to what AJ said. What Tanner said. It depends on the country, and I guess a case by case basis. Like Spain, like you mentioned, was hard hit. Germany, I think, dealt with it a little better. So in terms of their plans to restart, could they? I think it's more realistic for them, but they're still being cautious. So. I think, with the European, eventually UEFA is going to have to, I guess, come to a uniform decision. But it's tough right now. Every territory has had to deal with it in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Tanner?
I think UEFA's kind of already taken the stance of they want the individual leagues to figure it out. I know last week they came out with that ruling saying that the leagues are kind of going to be the ones that tell them who is participating in the UEFA competitions, which is interesting. And that's something that both the French and the Dutch leagues will have to do is, what measures you use to select the teams that are going to participate in these UEFA competitions. But also, I think with the Premier League, it's a league that has a whole lot more riding on TV deals. It has the most in terms of TV deals than the rest of the world. So they have a very large financial incentive to get their games taken care of. But their response, in terms of containment in the UK hasn't been spectacular. So it's very difficult for some of these people to really accept the idea that football and putting all this energy into getting these things done is really the primary goal right now when, so many other places in terms of society are still struggling and not even close to coming back. So I don't know. The Premier League's going to be in the most difficult position of all of them, I think, in terms of what they do because there's so much money riding on the line for them.
Right. And the elephant in the room is obviously Liverpool might have their season voided, and when they were playing so well, almost invincible, almost, after so many years, they might have to wait another year, which makes Tanner obviously very happy, as you can see. But it's will make a lot of Liverpool fans very upset and sad, probably, frankly. But it's one of those things where, will MLS be affected by this decision? I mean, I think it's still too early to tell, obviously, but I think our season, we will still probably have our 2020 season. Just how many games will there actually be? That's really the question. It will most definitely be a shortened season. It's just a matter of how many games. So last bit of news is that Paulo Dybala of Juve, or Juventus, more commonly known as, has tested, unfortunately, for the 4th time for coronavirus. And that's insane just to think about. And that's apparently since March 21st. And that's crazy to think about. But it, kind of furthers that, each league really has to figure out by themselves, because Italy, that's going to be crazy what they're going to... you're not going to play Serie A without the likes of a Paulo Dybala. That's just, that ain't going to happen. So,
I'm also going to think Ronaldo's not coming back from Madeira until this shit's over with. Ronaldo's, shacked up on an island. He's not leaving. There's no way that guy will leave. And you're not going to play Serie A without... You might play without Paulo Dybala, but you're not going to play without Cristiano Ronaldo.
Exactly.
Honestly, my gut feeling is Italy is going to cancel their league as well. That's just, I think Italy. There's no way with how that country's been hit. I just don't see them finishing that season.
Yeah, there's just too much going on over there that they still need to improve the containment for sure. But that pretty much does it for the news. But comes our little ad of follow our new Twitch for new streams and surprises on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 9 p.m. We'll be streaming for a couple hours, and we will be introducing this week Atlanta United Career Mode. Tanner will be playing and we will all be joining in, so come in for some banter and some fun. But that does it for this.
And me yelling and getting angry at a video game.
Indeed as well. But there will be lots of shenanigans to be had, so come on by and chat. But that does it for the first half of this show and gets us to our second edition of the Five Stripe Weekly Soccer Trivia Showdown. And so, it's Tanner and Marc again, 1v1. Here we go. And so we will go through the rules again for each round, just in case you missed the first episode. But just before we get into that first round, we have that question that determines who goes first in the case of ties. So this you just have to, write it down, say your name if you know the answer, and then we will go from there. But the question is, how many goals did Michael Parkhurst score in his entire career?
That's an easy one. Oh, Marc, damn it.
So Tanner says 1, Marc says 1. Both are incorrect.
Oh, this is not just MLS. He's only scored one in
entire
MLS.
career.
Because he scored. He scored for
Yeah.
the team in Denmark, didn't he? Was it Denmark?
So let's do it again, where you guys write a bigger number than 1. All right, and then whoever's ready, let me know.
All right, F it, Tanner.
Tanner,
Mark.
4. And Mark, you said how many?
3.
3. Okay. Well, the answer.
If it's 2, I'm gonna be freaking salty.
He just priced his right. No, he did not. Actually, it was 6. Tanner has actually priced the right. Mark. So
yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
He will be going
first. Is there
first.
part of our younger audience that won't get the Prices Right references?
Maybe. I think it's still on television. I think
it's generational, right? Like,
yeah. Drew Carey still, I think, hosts that. I don't know if it's still on during this time, obviously, but yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, this could be a little generational. We'll see. But anyway, so let's get into round 1, and the rules are as follows. So it's 1 point for each correct answer. 3 questions, all worth 1 point, and are asked to both competitors. They need to write it on a piece of paper or dry erase. The competitors will have 20 seconds to answer the question. If the competitor doesn't get the answer right, no points will be awarded, and you have 3 points max total you can earn in this round. So this is not a round that it matters which person goes first. So first question goes to everybody, and it is: name the club Jeff Loretowitz also won an MLS Cup with besides Atlanta United. And you have 20 seconds, so here we go.
Do we immediately show our thing, or do we wait?
You wait until, both our people are ready, or 20 seconds pass.
I'm ready, but...
Okay, both are ready? All right,
Yeah.
Here we go. Show them at the same time, and say your answer.
Crapids.
Was it
Rapids.
LA Galaxy?
So the answer is the Rapids. Stan Kroenke's
Really?
Colorado Rapids. Yep, unfortunately.
I always forget that they won an MLS Cup because they're just so bad.
I know. It's with
Yeah.
that Cincy coach.
Yep, indeed. Yeah, they're just so irrelevant that.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's one of them
the young
days.
guy?
No, not the young guy. He's somewhat kind of middle aged, I guess. I don't know. He's a young guy. He's a young guy relatively. We'll give him that.
Yeah.
Okay, so second question goes: which player has not played for Colo Colo? Eric Remedi, Carlos Carmona, Fernando Mesa.
Okay.
Really? I'm gonna...
Okay, 5.
I'm gonna go this one.
4, 3. You both ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, both show your boards and say who it is.
I said
Remedi.
Meza.
The answer is Eric Remedi.
Yes.
So Mark.
See, I figured he was
Smoking.
closer. I figured he was closer to Chile, so it would make more sense for him because it's not as far. That's a long way for Meza to go to play. I guess it's probably a long way for Eric Remedi as well. I mean, it's only 3 points. I'll catch you in the last one anyway because you won't get any of those right.
Wow.
Dang, 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 dang.
It
All
won't
right.
even matter.
Here we go. All right, so last question of the first round. Which player has not won the Copa Sudamericana? Ezequiel Barco, Pity Martinez, Mateus Rossetto, or Rossetto, or Josetu. Jesus.
Okay, yeah,
I'm ready.
me too.
Both are ready? Okay, show your boards and say your answer.
BT
PT
has not won Suda. He's won the
Libertadores.
And you both are correct.
Huzzah.
Tanner is on the board and Mark has 3. So good round for Mark, and Tanner got on the board, so it's not a complete embarrassment from round 1. But round 2 goes like this. So 2 points for each correct answer. You can call for multiple choice, but the point total will reduce to 1. You have 20 seconds to answer. The opponent will be awarded 2 points if they steal and answer without multiple choice, and 1 point if they steal and answer with the multiple choice. 6 points max. All right. So because Mark is in the lead, you are going first, and so it will bounce from Mark to Tanner for each question. unlike what we did in the first time of this episode, but we will correct thy mistakes from from yesteryear. But anyway, so Mark, your first question goes: how many assists did Tyrone Mears have for Atlanta United?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. All right. A, 3, B, 1, C, 2, D, 4.
I'm gonna go with 3.
And that is your final answer.
That is my final answer.
So Mark went with A3. It is incorrect. Tanner, you have the chance to steal.
C2.
Tanner says C2. Also incorrect.
Damn.
It is 1.
Oh.
And it was the first ever goal we scored too.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
because
a
he had the
bit of
assist for
trivia.
the Assad goal.
Yep.
I
Indeed.
swore he had more than one.
I
Wow.
know, right?
That's the tricky part about that question.
All right.
What a fullback contribution from him.
All right, so Tanner's question, first question in round 2. This person played with Liverpool's youth teams.
Oh, I know the answer to this question. Oh, no, I'm reading. We talked about this.
You and you alone can answer this question. Mark cannot answer until you get it wrong.
Give me multiple choice.
Okay, multiple choice goes as A, Miles Robinson, B, Jeff Loretowitz, C, Michael Parkhurst, D, Julian Gressel. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Sorry. D, Brooks Lennon.
I think it's Brooks Lennon. D.
Final answer.
Yes.
That is correct.
Oh man, I knew it. I knew it. Oh.
I was waiting to hear the name because I was like, the first I was like, no. I was like, nah, I know for a fact the other ones didn't. And I remember we talked about that on the show. I think he had a quote about it sometime. I want to say we talked about it. I was trying to figure the name. I was like, I know it's one of the younger guys. It wasn't Heineman. Yeah, sweet.
Right.
All right. Well,
All right. So, next question for Mark goes as, okay. Who did Jose Martinez sub off for in the 2018 MLS Cup final?
Let's 1 2.
5, 4. Remember, you can call for multiple choice. 3.
I'm going to say Ezekiel Barco.
Ezekiel Barco
That's my final
is incorrect. You have a 2-point steal, possibly, Tanner. You cannot hear multiple choice, unfortunately.
Tito Bijaba?
That is correct with a 2-point steal. Oh boy. All right, so currently it is 5 Tanner, Mark with 3.
Wait, how did Tanner jump to 5? Oh.
With the 2-point questions.
Okay.
All right, so second question for Tanner. Who hit the golden spike before the 2018 MLS Cup final?
Arthur Blank. Final answer.
That is correct. So, all right, here we go. And third and final question for Mark in the second round. How many games did Atlanta United play at Bobby Dodd Stadium in 2017?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice. A, 7, B, 9, C, 11, D, 8.
Let's see. I'm gonna say 9.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct.
Yeah, it was 9.
Boom. Well done.
Good job you didn't miff that because I knew that answer.
All right, so Don't forget, though, you can still come back in the third round with a vengeance because the point totals are a lot higher there. But also, the questions are still as difficult. But, okay, so third and final question in the second round.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say third round. I was like, no, I got one more. Don't short me.
Third, and you've had a good round, but no, I haven't forgotten that you have a third question in the second round. And so it goes like this. How many years did Pete Martinez play at River Plate?
3. Final answer.
3. Final answer is incorrect. Mark, you have a chance for a 2-point steal, but you do not have the choice of multiple choice.
I'm going to say 2 years, 2 seasons. Final answer.
2 seasons. Final answer is incorrect, unfortunately.
So.
Yep.
Because he had the ones at Huracan before that.
Indeed. But the answer was 5.
Oh, 5.
Yes, indeed.
How about that?
All right.
Didn't realize it was there that long.
Yeah. So by my count, currently the score is Mark at 4, and Tanner, you have, I believe, 7. So that goes into the third and final round.
Wait, Tanner got 6 points in that round?
Yeah, he stole a couple from you, so it's,
Okay.
yeah. All right, so third round goes as 3 points for each correct answer, 20 seconds to answer. Each competitor will get 3 questions from a random selection of categories. Question number 1 is weighted 2 points. Question number 2 is worth 3 points. Question number 3 is worth 5 points. No stealing is allowed. 11-point max from these. And you have 4 categories to choose from. So, Tanner, since you are in the lead, choose a number between 1 and 4.
3.
3, okay. Mark?
4.
4, okay. So, and also some of these might be a little longer, and you might need, more time. So that will be allotted as is. But okay, so since Mark, you are in a deficit, you chose number 4, category of statistics. So your first question
Again?
You chose it again. It was randomized, but you chose it again. All right, so. Your first question for 2 points. This person appeared in 87 matches for Montevideo Wanderers.
I know the answer.
I'm gonna say Castillo.
Nope.
That is incorrect.
Castro, my guy, from Uruguay.
Oh,
Unfortunately. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you are still in the deficit, your second question for 3 points is: this person has no goals in the regular season for Atlanta United, but does have 1 goal in the MLS Cup playoffs.
I know the answer to this one too.
Okay, Tanner.
I would have picked 4.
Stand down. Stand down. Let him think. Let him concentrate. I will have to start counting for you now.
Oh,
5.
Oh.
Come on. Yes!
Ready.
Go on, son.
Well done. All
And
right.
he shinned it.
3 points on the board for you.
That was
That makes
barely
it
his goal.
3. It was. So now you guys are tied, actually, 7-7. So we are now going to you, Tanner. Your category 3 is the Americas.
Okay.
All right. I believe you also chose this last time, but again, these were randomized. You guys just chose them again. All right. But the first question goes for you for 2 points. Before the 2020 CCL Leg 1 match versus Club America, which player had not yet had on-field minutes against the Mexican side? And you choose from Miles Robinson, Mo Adams, Franco Escobar, or Ezequiel Barco?
Can you? Okay, so
I can repeat the question if.
ooh, Ezequiel Barco.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is Mo Adams.
Combo Adams started the Campeones Cup.
He did not.
For some reason, I was thinking he played in that game. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was thinking Barco missed it because he was hurt or for some reason. Because I don't know.
All right.
Well, next question, second question in round 3 for Tanner. You have a possibility of 3 points in this one. How many Argentine players have played for Atlanta United, excluding Tito Fischalba? You have 40 seconds.
A little longer for you.
I'm gonna write these down.
I feel like you have to get this.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's in 1. Shit, I'm forgetting there. He doesn't play there. I'm forgetting people all of a sudden.
The lights are bright. I understand.
AJ, you have a second calling at this hosting thing.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm going to give you imaginary bonus points that won't count for this game.
This is like first take or whatever. No. What is that called?
Oh, man.
Around the horn.
I'm forgetting
All right,
all
5,
of these people right now.
4,
I'm not
you have
gonna
to
get all of them. I've got like
3,
5 of them.
2, 1. You have to give me an answer.
I have to give you a number.
Yeah, just give me a number because that's all you have to do. You
I'm
don't have
just
to
gonna
name
say 7 because I know I'm missing people here. I've only written down 5.
Okay. 7 is incorrect. The answer is 6. You were excruciatingly close.
All right, so I have LGP, Pity, Remedi, Escobar, Barca. Who am I forgetting?
Assad.
Assad.
Yeah.
I was like trying to go back through season 1. I was like going through the lines. I was like, where did everyone play? And it's just like such a distant memory.
Assad
It
came
is.
in my memory late. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, all right, well, I feel like there's at least 1 more. I'm just going to say there's 2 more and I forgot them, so.
All right, so because, Tanner, you were in the lead going into this round, Mark will take his crack at number 3 in his 3rd round. So, 3rd question goes like, how many goals does Joseph Martinez have against Orlando City?
Oh,
crap.
I haven't doing the math. I want to do the math for this with you as well because I'm trying to think about it.
Man.
Let's see.
All right.
Did he?
This is regular 20 seconds, so
Yeah,
getting
okay.
close to
Count me down from 5.
5, 4, 3,
I'm going to say
2.
7.
Final answer.
He said yes.
He said yes.
7. Yeah.
You are correct.
Nice.
Boom. Wow.
Good.
5 points on the board for Mark.
I could think of 5 of them. I couldn't think of the other 2, but I knew he had scored more. Because like 5 of them, the hat trick, the record breaker.
I had like 2.
Well done.
Yeah, hat trick, the record breaker.
Thanks for
the
showing
banger
your work,
scored
Mark.
last season, and then
Right.
I don't know where the other 2 came in. That's what I'm missing.
Well,
I forget what the other
so-
2 were.
Right now it is 12, Mark, and 7, Tanner.
God,
Going
get this.
into, yes, it is do or die.
Cool.
Last question of round 3 for Tanner. He must get this correct in order to at least force a draw. Okay. So this last question goes as, these 2 players' teams faced each other in the 2016 Argentine Primera División final.
In the 2016, you said?
I can repeat the question once for you.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
repeat the question.
Okay. These 2 players' teams faced each other in the 2016 Argentine Primera División final.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here, and I'm going to say Pity Martinez and Miguel Almiron.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
congratulations to Marc. He has won the second edition of the Soccer Trivia Showdown.
Your questions were exponentially easier. Those first two were sitters.
Sir, you had who hit the spike for MLS Cup final?
That was the second round.
Who doesn't remember that?
It was the second round. That was easy. It was the third round. Statistics is easier than the Americas.
How was statistics? Did you remember how many goals Joseph
yes,
scored against Orlando?
I had the first two questions that you had correct. Good job. You won a game, and we actually got to answer our final round questions this time. So it's the audience who really wins.
Ooh,
so yes, the final score was 12.
What was the answer to that question?
7.
I'm curious because there were a few people playing in the Argentina League. I was just trying to think of the teams that were probably better.
Yeah, the final was between Miguel Miron and Tito Fischalba. Miguel Miron actually started. Tito was on the bench.
Okay.
I got half of it right.
I would have gotten that wrong. Yeah.
I thought it would be interesting. I was like, who would be a very interesting thing to have like PC and Miggy playing? So I was like, all right, that sounds interesting.
To be fair, for Marc, the Montevideo Wanderers question was pretty difficult. I think you might have been on a I think you did a Transfer Daily. And that's possibly why you kind of really know Manuel Castro on that. So it's kind of learned experiences. Whoever did whichever video probably has more knowledge on which thing. So but yeah, congratulations to Marc. It is now 1-1, and so remember, it is first to 3 wins the cup. But you can fake lift that cup, but it's not the actual cup quite yet. But anyway, so guys, hopefully that was a good bit of fun for you guys. And if you guys have some suggestions on some types of questions in the future, please let us know. And also, follow along with the games in the future. Let us know how you did. But this pretty much does it for the entire show, except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, we will be doing more streams on Twitch, and so one of them will be watch-alongs of matches. So which games would you like us to do? Let us know in the comments below. We are looking forward to which matches you are gonna say. So anyway, that does it for the show. And for Marc, for Tanner, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.